Fred Ricciani of The Sports Courier. I'm joined by a very special guest. He's actually in the middle of training right now. He is Mike the Greek Bronzoulis. He's taking on Brandon Farron this Thursday night for AAA MMA cage hostility in the main event. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. I'm over here at Main Street Boxing Gym in Houston, Texas. Just get my box on tonight.
Very nice, very nice. Now, what's this experience been like for you? For those that don't know, you were on Bellator MMA's reality show, Fight Master, and you did pretty damn well. Had a little setback against the veteran Joe Riggs, but you're back on track right now. What's these last few months been like with your newfound fame?
It's been pretty cool. It was a great experience overall. You know, it sucks losing, but I did make it to the finals. I beat some really tough guys. Met a lot of good guys on the show. Got to train with Randy Couture and the whole camp. Tim Lane, world kickboxing champion, and Frank Trigg, MMA legend. It was awesome, you know. And after the show, you know, I just resumed training. You know, it's been a great experience overall. It's really helped me, and I think it's gonna really give me a good experience for this year.
Of course, and I think you do have a lot of upside that people don't realize. They might look at your age and say, all right, he's 35, but I look at the record and I see you've had no TKO or knockout losses in your career. And in a sport where a guy has, 21, 22 fights or more, I mean, that's tough to avoid sometimes. How have you been able to avoid taking major damage and being able to continue to progress your career each year?
I'm just a real tough guy. I haven't, like you said, I haven't been TKO'd or knocked out yet. I haven't taken a lot of damage in my fights. It might be because of my style. I have a very different style, unique style. It's a brawler style, and I wear guys out. I break them mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I don't know. I'm good at not taking damage. I avoid damage, and it's really worked to my advantage. You said yourself, I'm 35 years old. I got a late start in my career. I started pro fighting about 28 years old, and I've got 26 fights now, and I've barely been hitting my fights, to be honest with you. The only real wars I've had, is basically just people trying to take me down to the ground and me fending for my life, trying to get back up to my feet so I can try to knock them out. So not a whole lot of people want to engage with me standing up, so I've been pretty fortunate in that area. But I expect it to happen soon. I expect people wanting to engage with me.
Of course, and you're actually a little bit older than Joe Riggs, but you're actually younger in fighter years. So, yeah, I mean, hey, sky's the limit still for you. Now, you're facing Brandon Farron, and on paper, I mean, you are definitely the favorite. On paper, a lot of people are going to assume, all right, Fight Master finalist, you're definitely going to win this one pretty handily. How do you avoid the, I guess, what they call a trap fight? And maybe not. How do you not get caught up in the fact that you are the favorite and that you're expected to just run over this guy?
Well, I mean, this is MMA. We all know anything can happen, and my mind doesn't get the. My mind doesn't get the best of me. It's a real tough game. It's like a chess match. The smarter fighter is going to win most of the time, and I'm just prepared. I'm prepared, and I don't overlook Brandon. I don't overlook Brandon Farron. He's a tough, strong guy. I'm taking this fight out of my weight class, close to 180, and I just gotta fight smart. I gotta fight real smart because he's a tough dude.
I got a press release today from AAA MMA saying Johnny Hendricks is going to be cage side. He is a dude that's in your weight class. Of course, he's at the top of the food chain right now. Is it a little more motivating to see a guy cage side to fight in front of him who, to a lot of people, might be the uncrowned world champion?
Man, to me, honestly, I mean, Johnny Hendricks is a great fighter. He's one of the best fighters in the world. But I really don't think about that too much. I've met a lot of great fighters, and at this point in my career, man, we see each other in and out. We corner guys in the UFC. We're in the back locker room. I know a lot of guys in the UFC. It is what it is, man. This is our job. I don't get all starstruck or nothing like that. He's a fighter just like me. He's human just like me. He bleeds like me. And he just happens to be where I want to go. So, it'll be really nice to meet him. It'll be an honor to meet him, and I have a lot of respect for him. But, it really doesn't, I don't get too excited about it.
All right, and before we go, I don't want to jinx you for the year. Obviously, you're focusing on this fight, but what do you hope to accomplish by the year's end?
I hope to be in the UFC by the year's end. You know, I'm starting off this year with 2 fights in January. I'm trying to line one up for February 1st, so that'll be 3 fights in 3 weeks. I just want to get in the UFC, man. You know, I want to retire in the UFC, and you know, I want my name to be a household name. I want Mike the Greek. I want everyone to know who Mike the Greek is. You know, Spartan. You know, helmet wearing Spartan. You know, there's not too many Greeks. There's not too many Greeks in the UFC, and you know, this is our game. This is our sport, and man, I just really feel like I belong in the UFC.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, man. That's a hell of a schedule. Thanks so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, man.
Right,
God bless.
Take care, man.